Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm going to be the second negative speaker. So, the expert opinion on drinking and lowering the age, it says that, a person from, who's an expert in college says, some experts say that the solution is to lower the legal drinking age to 18. More than 130 college chancellors and presidents have signed a petition in 2008 in support of the idea. So this shows that college professors and presidents are in favor of lowering their age, and it's important to look at their opinion because they have experience with the law and how there's been problems on campuses with binge drinking. And it also needs to be recognized that the prevention of underage drinking doesn't work right now. And this law has been an abysmal failure, says Mick Cardell, who told 60 Minutes. And he says that it hasn't reduced or eliminated drinking. It has simply driven it underground, behind closed doors, into the most risky and least manageable of settings. He continues and says that underage drinking happens in basements, fraternity houses, locked dorm rooms, and kids are hiding from adults, and it's unsafe in this situation because they're learning from their peers, like maybe 20 or 21-year-olds who have more dangerous habits rather than from learning from parents who can teach them moderation. And the law causes increases in other problems with youth drinkers, and there's statistics from Ruth Ings, who's a PhD at Indiana University, and she says that there's in 1982 to 1987, when the law was still that underage drinkers, there were the drinking age was 18 and up, there was 46% vomiting and drinking, and it raised to 50% after the law was changed. And it also went up from 9 to 12% for cutting class, and missing class because of a hangover caused an increase from 26 to 28%. Lower grades went from 5 to 7%, and being in fights after drinking increased from 12 to 17%. So this shows that when people when the law changed, people became less careful about drinking, and they increased more negative behaviors, and it's causing people in school to do more dangerous things, and it's affecting their education. So the high age limit at 21 is causing excessive drinking, and Dr. David Hansen, who's a sociologist at the State University of New York, studied alcohol for more than 40 years, said that right now we basically have alcohol prohibition for adults ages 18 to 20, and we're getting some of the same results that we got through national prohibition in the early 20th century. Fewer young adults drink, but when they do drink, they tend to drink more, and he's mostly concerned about how the drinking has gone to excess. So, the law also encourages, like Matthew said, people to pregame and drink a lot before they go out, and this is more dangerous because people can risk more accidents with heavier drinking rather than drinking at a place like maybe a concert or something, like Matthew said, that they could just drink moderately throughout the night, but instead they're forced to consume a lot beforehand, which is a lot more dangerous. And there was also an example at a fraternity where underage drinkers made the wrong decision because of the law. They didn't want people at the party to get caught, so there was this guy named Gordy who was being initiated into a fraternity, and they made him drink excessively, and he passed out in the library. And the people there were all mostly underage, and they didn't want to call the police, so they left him there, and in the morning they called the police, and by the time the police got to him, it was too late, and he had died. So his mom was interviewed and asked if the drinking age had been 18 instead of 21, would the kids have called for help when Gordy passed out? And she says, I think so. And it says that they had to make a decision about what they were going to do, and unfortunately made the wrong decision. So when the law is like it is, people choose the wrong decision by deciding if they should call police and get caught, or if they should save someone's life. And if the law was changed, people wouldn't have to think about saving someone's life because of another law being broken. And it's more important that people consider people's lives instead of getting in trouble for a law that isn't working. Also, the United States has the highest rate of dangerous intoxication, and there was an article that says, though its legal drinking age is the highest among all the countries surveyed, the U.S. has a higher rate of dangerous intoxication occasions than many countries that not only have drinking ages that are lower or non-existent, but also have much higher levels per capita consumption. So in other countries, there are people drinking more often, but in the United States, it's a bigger problem because people are drinking to excess and it's dangerous to their health.